Welcome to part 2 of our series on the Ross Bay Cemetery in James Bay. In this video, I'll cover some of the notable figures buried here. Robert Dunsmuir was a Scottish-born coal baron and industrialist who became one of BC's wealthiest and most influential figures in the 19th century. He built a coal empire on Vancouver Island and commissioned the construction of Craigdarrow Castle, leaving a lasting mark on the province's economic and architectural history. James Dunsmuir was a wealthy industrialist and politician who served as Premier of BC from 1900 to 1902 and as Lieutenant Governor from 1906 to 1909. He continued expanding the family's coal empire and built the Grand Hatley Castle, reflecting his influence in both business and public life. Emily Carr was a Canadian artist and writer, best known for her bold modernist paintings of the Indigenous villages and forest landscapes of BC's west coast. She was born on December 13, 1871 in Victoria, where she spent much of her life. Carr studied art in San Francisco, London, and Paris, bringing European techniques to her depictions of Canadian subjects. Earlier in her career, she painted totem poles and Indigenous villages, often traveling to remote coastal communities. Her later work focused on the deep spiritual connection between nature and the land. In her later years, she also became an accomplished writer. She died on March 2, 1945, in Victoria, and is remembered today as one of Canada's most important and original artists. Born enslaved in South Carolina around 1814, Peter Lester rose to become a successful businessman and civil rights pioneer. After facing racial injustice in California, he moved with his family to Victoria in 1858. In Victoria, he thrived as a property owner, co-founded a shoe business, and became the first black juror in BC, leaving a legacy of courage and community. After his wife Nancy died in 1892, records say he sold his properties in Victoria and returned to the U.S. Born in New Jersey in 1810, Nancy Lester was a quiet but powerful force in the early black pioneer community. Alongside her husband Peter, she supported escaped slaves and championed education and freedom. After settling in Victoria in 1858 with her husband and children, she helped build a new life rooted in resilience, family, and hope. Nancy passed away in 1892. Originally from Scotland, Roderick Finlayson was a Hudson's Bay Company officer and one of the key figures in the early development of Victoria. Serving as chief factor and later as mayor, he played a major role in the city's growth from a fur trading post into a colonial capital. Billy Barker was an English prospector who struck gold in 1862 at Williams Creek in what became Barkerville. His discovery helped spark the Caribou Gold Rush and played a key role in the early development of BC. His grave marker, pictured here, is a 900-kilogram boulder from his Williams Creek mine. Thanks for watching this video on notable figures buried at Ross Bay Cemetery in James Bay. Stay tuned for part 3 where we'll tell some spooky ghost stories.